Hey guys, here with another video or live stream, I guess. And today, probably glitchy screen, but we're here. We're gonna do some TFL preseason week 2 predictions. Obviously, you probably know the games if you looked at the website. I'll probably put the website in the link below. But today's a pretty chilly day. It's right now it's 48. And it's already almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and it feels like 30 below, or 30. But so yeah. So let's just talk about one thing. The awards. I know they're not doing it now, but let's just talk about it so we can get it done and over with. So the awards are obviously these are probably gonna sound dumb or terrible, but I'm just gonna say it. So then these are just the awards that's gonna happen in March or beginning of April. So hope you stay tuned, and I'll give you the whole plan for the rest of the week, or the preseason possibly, depending on if there's time. So, best catch of the season, best run of the season, and yes, most of these are going to be on live ones. So every team has one, so they got to try their hardest. Unless it's one that we didn't record and it's literally like an oh my god moment, then that'll probably be it. But best pass play. You're thinking, if it's one-on-one, why is there a pass play? Pass play, you can pass to yourself if you wanted to. And you just pass to yourself. I'm saying that I had the bye this week, but I'm thinking that if it's me next week against Packers, when I'm home, I'm gonna do pass plays. I'm gonna beat their butt. But then the next play, best special teams play. Best special teams play of the season. I can understand it because it said ST, but special teams, like, you could do, like, you can't do it in the preseason, but in the regular season you can fake the throw off, but not at the beginning. Like, when you throw off after your score, you can't. Or if you if you're fourth down and you throw off, like if you're in the throw off field, you can do that. So that's only preseason or regular season though. So and then the best game of the season. Right now it's Honor the Play game, but who knows? And then the best standing of the regular season, and then the best standing of the regular season or preseason. Right now the Panthers have it, since they have the bye. If they didn't have the bye week 4 and they won all games, they would be 5-0. 5-0, I mean. But since they have the bye the last week of preseason, if they win all the rest of the games, they're 4-0. So that's some bad news. And right now the Bucks are doing better. They were 0-2 in last year. Now they're 1-0. So let's see if they can change it. Now I think they play the Panthers tonight. Panthers are 2-0. I think they play at 3:10. It's not YouTube. I think the YouTube game is at 4 or 5 o'clock. Hope you stay tuned. Last week we couldn't do it, but this week hoping to get it done. And then the worst standing of the regular season and the worst standing of the preseason. It's not an accomplishment, but at least giving the worst person an award. And then obviously you guys know the Honor the Play award goes to the Vikings. But we're not going to give it away until the award ceremony. So, and then the most points this season. Last year, I think the Seahawks scored like 500 some points the whole season long. So if we can do that, if the Seahawks can do that again, they got the good game plan. They can do it. Yes, right. But yeah. And then the best weather game played in the season last year, we played in the rain. Like, it was downpouring. We played in the flipping downpour. And then Thursday, today's Saturday, so 2 days ago, it was flipping downpouring, and I was just playing football with myself. And it was flipping downpouring. The shoes were soaked. I think they're still soaked from Thursday. So, and then the best throw off this season. I don't understand that, but still an award. I assume that if you throw it off, and for the furthest one in a YouTube video, this one's going to be for sure the YouTube primetime games. So if it is, then yeah. And guys, I think and that's all the awards. So I'm gonna put the stuff down. Grab something to write with because I didn't write anything much down. So sorry guys. Okay, good. Good that we got this thing. And yes, guys. TFL is not like NFL, so don't think it the wrong way. Because fouls are steps and whatnot because we don't have yards because not every field is the same size. Maybe some are, but not all the time. So the first foul is unsportsmanlike conduct. You know what the foul types are? Is the same thing. Like you go do something unsportsmanlike. It's a 10-step penalty if it's on offense or if it's on defense or whatever. Then if it's on offense, then it's a 10-step penalty backwards. But if it's on the defense, you go 10 steps forward, automatic first down. And then obviously 10 steps back, redo down. And then different fouls. There's different fouls here. There's aggressive holding. Aggressive holding is two-hand touch. You'll see why. Because if you do like shake their butt off, like they can't breathe, that's aggressive holding. That would be a 5-step penalty, automatic first down, or 5 steps back and redo the down. So if you're on fourth, like you do aggressive holding to the punter, or the throw off, the person holds up the offense. The offense could do it too. The offense could do it. They had the ball, they could just go. They could just run and go, just hold on to them. But yeah, unneeded pushing. There's one honor the play game. I don't think there was one, but there was one close to it because the Vikings ran fast and the Panthers caught up and got them down, but they were running so fast that it acted like it was unneeded pushing. But but this one's a little different than that first two. Unneeded pushing is where the penalty happened, first down, or 15 steps back if it's on the offense. Out of bounds receive, like if you throw it off and it's just like you catch it out of bounds, that's 10 steps from where you caught it out. And nothing on the other side. And then unnecessary touching. I'm not going to go into depth with this one because obviously you can understand it, possibly. Unnecessary touching is 10-step penalty, automatic first if it's on the defense. If it's on offense, it's 10 steps back, redo down. 5-second violation. This is the biggest one. Past few weeks we've been playing, and it's been a big foul changer. There's been in the past 2 weeks, I think there's been 15 fouls of this. 5-step penalty, automatic first, or 5 steps back, redo down. And delay of game, because we should have a shot clock, but I don't have a shot clock on me, so we're not going to use one. So the delay of game would be a 15-step penalty, automatic next down. So, and then here's some stuff to know about the season. Very chilly out here too. Okay, so if the ball gets muffed, throw off or kick off, depending on what season we are or whatever, and it's recovered by the opponent, it's their ball down wherever they got it. But if it's recovered in the end zone by the other team and they get down, it's a safety. But there's a way they can also get safety too. You grab it from the end zone, you go around, and you go around again, and you go in the end zone, but you get down in the end zone. That's a safety. 3 timeouts per half. That's obviously a common rule in football. And then awards and trophy ceremony will be held at the off season. Doesn't matter if it's chilly out, we'll still do it because April is probably still chilly. March, April, whatever. But back to see what you wanted to talk about. Let's look at how they were last year. Last year, Panthers are number 2, or Seahawks are number 1 at 11-5. The Panthers are number 2 at 9-7. Dolphins were number 3 at 8-5. Chargers were number 4. Luckily, they got a 6-game winning streak and lost the last game. And number 5 was the Packers, 6-8. If they won, they would have won in the number 4 position. The Buccaneers are 5-8, and the Vikings were 5-11. So let's see, looking like that. Right now, that the season's gonna go good, better than last year. But let's look at week 2. So this week they play at the Vikings on YouTube at 5:45 p.m. 5:45 p.m. Who knows? They're 0-1 right now, just depending on how they are, because they lost. I think, they lost last week, 0-7, 0-7, guys. So I'm predicting that they're gonna. Vikings are 0-2. Chargers are 0-1. I'm gonna give the win to the Vikings, though. Vikings would be 1-2, and the Chargers would be 0-2. And next game is Vikings and Vikings play the Chargers. Obviously, I said I think they're gonna win. I'm over here. Panthers. They won the honor of the play game, and they won last week. So now they're home again against the Buccaneers at 3:45 p.m. So I'm thinking they're 2-0. 2-0. Buccaneers are 1-0. 1-0. Predicting that Buccaneers are good, Panthers are good. Mix them all together, it's probably going to be a tie. Even though it goes into overtime, it's probably going to be a tie. And I did the Buccaneers already. And the Seahawks get their first game of the season, preseason, at the Packers at noon, which is an hour and 50 minutes from now. Hour and 50 minutes. I'm going to say the Seahawks are going to win, but I don't know. Packers are 1-2 this year. I think they were 1-3 in preseason last year, so we'll just have to wait and figure that out when it comes. And Dolphins have the bye. And the Dolphins lost. Dolphins lost last week. Become 0-1 preseason. And the Packers won. So we'll just have to wait. So, yeah, that's all this week. And then let's go over their homecoming games. Homecoming games are the biggest games of the season. So, and their YouTube games. Most of them are YouTube games, so hopefully you can stay tuned. Doesn't matter, like, the away team, doesn't matter how many times they go to it. Just matters on how the home team has their homecoming games, actually. Home team gets one homecoming game unless they get to the championship. Whoever has a high seed feels like they're the homecoming game again. But because last year it was Dolphins as number 3 hosting number 4 Chargers, and the Dolphins won. So, Dolphins are current one-time champ. Hopefully, nothing changes that this year. But speaking of the Dolphins, their homecoming game is December 15th against the Chargers on YouTube. I think it might be in a different location, but after the looks of it, I think it's not going to be fine. But and then the Seahawks in their homecoming game. Oh, they don't even have a homecoming. Let's make it happen. Let's see here. They'll have homecoming last week. They'll have homecoming the last week, which is February 2nd at I think that's the only one. Okay, on October 31st, October 31st, Seahawks have the homecoming against the Dolphins at 4:55 p.m. That's Halloween Wednesday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday. And then I think Dolphins have the bye the next week. No, they play. I think the Seahawks had the bye. No, Dolphins, I think, do have the bye. Yep, Dolphins have the bye. The game after Halloween. But then the Seahawks played 3 days later at home against the Panthers at 1:45 p.m. Not noon, 1:45 p.m. Buccaneers homecoming is on October 20th versus the Panthers at 4:45 p.m. Buccaneers, that would be a regular season week 2. So gotta wait and see. And then the Panthers homecoming is on October 27th versus the Packers at 5 o'clock. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. So, yeah, 5 p.m. And the Vikings homecoming is December 22nd against the Seahawks at 4:35 p.m. We have 2 more teams left, and they're both homecoming people. Someone wins their homecoming, that's going to be good. That's going to be good for their record, for their homecoming record. And then the Chargers homecoming game is the first regular season week on October 13th against the Seahawks at 6:15 p.m. It's going to be a good game. And the Packers homecoming is on November 17th versus the Vikings on YouTube at 2:13 p.m. on YouTube. So, yep. All October, everyone has to wear pink. So, if you want to donate some pink stuff to us, you may. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And then, yeah. That looks like the season there. That looks like the game there. But, yeah. So, so yeah, thinking that the Vikings are gonna actually, I don't know what. Okay, let's go to one of the teams in prime time. Everybody tired right now, and I'm very tired right now, so I don't know which one I am. Let's go to whatever prime time game is tonight. Bears have it right. Nope. Vikings. Nope. Wait, yeah. Vikings and the Chargers. Vikings. Let's do the Vikings season right now. The Vikings lost on the play game and lost the week 1, both against the Packers or Panthers at the Panthers. So, who knows? It's possible they can still make the comeback in the regular season and go to the championship game. And the Vikings have a Christmas game. It's not on Christmas Day, it's going to be on Christmas Eve. Yes, Christmas Eve. You heard me right, Christmas Eve. At 7:30 p.m. I don't know if we can get all of it done, just we can get enough done. Because 7:30 is late. Unless I stay, but let's start the season starting in not this week against the Chargers. Home against the Chargers on YouTube. Probably gonna be in a different location today, but you know what? Very chilly out here, like it feels like it's winter. Unless we're just because I'm used to the 80s. But thinking that they're gonna lose to the Chargers to make them 0-3 for the preseason so far. The next week this game they have to be concerned about is at the Panthers once again at 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. at the Panthers. Terrible game. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't know about this game. You know what? Give them the L. The Vikings will lose the game. Lose the game to become 0-4 of the season. In the last week, they play home against the Chargers again at noon. Not again at noon, but yeah. The first game they played at the Chargers, it was at 5:45, and now it's at noon. So it's gonna be a good game. I'm thinking that the Vikings have some ability to win this one, but I'm gonna give it to the Chargers. To make them 0-5 for the regular preseason. Now let's go to the regular season. October 13th against the Packers at noon. At the Packers at noon. So, this is going to be a tough game. Packers are already 1-0 in the regular preseason. Who knows? I think the Packers have the chance of getting the championship this season. I'm going to give the win to the Packers. So they're 0-6 currently in this season. Not including last season, but including the whole season so far. And then another game they have to be concerned about is home against the Dolphins at noon. Dolphins are a pretty good team. They won the championship last year. So the Packers beat the champions this preseason game. No wonder why they're going to become in the championship, or even in the playoffs at least, because they're going to be in the lead. Because they're going to beat the Dolphins. Oh, I'm going to think that they're going to beat the Dolphins at least half the time they face them. The other half is going to go to the Dolphins. Dolphins would have won if it wasn't for their interception or fumble, whatever. But, yeah. And then, thinking the Dolphins are going to win. Or Vikings are going to win. No, Dolphins are going to win, I think. Because Dolphins, no, they're home. So, back and forth thing. So, I'm thinking the Vikings are going to win the game. And then they have the bye so they can get rest. And then the next week they're on YouTube against the Packers, home, at 3:45 p.m. And after all the games today, we're going to come back live and talk to you about what happened this week. So, after all of them, only one game is going to be on YouTube. And obviously that one's at 5:45 p.m. So stay tuned. And then on November 3rd, he comes back against the Packers on YouTube at 3:45 p.m. So I'm going to say that Packers are going to win, so that makes them right now 1-2 in the regular season. No, yeah, 1-2. But this is the game they have to be concerned about on November 10th. They're home this time against the Panthers. They're home this time against the Panthers. You probably already looked at the season schedule for them, but I'm just explaining anyways. So they're home against the Panthers at noon. You'll say the Panthers are going to win that one to make them 1-3. And the next week they're at the Packers on YouTube at 2:13 p.m. I think that's the Packers. Yeah, that's the Packers homecoming. So I'm thinking that the Packers are going to win that game and make the Vikings 1-4. Wait. Yeah, 1-4. And the next week they play on November 24th, 2:30 p.m. Home against the Packers. Home. Big difference in home and away. But you gonna say that the Vikings are gonna win that one, become 2-4. And the next week they play the Chargers at the Chargers at 2:31 p.m. So I don't know. Vikings are 2-4 already in the prediction regular season. So I'm gonna say that the Chargers are gonna win. So that's 2-5. And then they play at the Packers. That's gonna be a loss. So that's 2-6. And then they have to bye. And then on December 22nd they play home against the Seahawks. That's gonna be 2-7. And then they play home against. And then also that game is on YouTube at 4:35 p.m. That's their homecoming. And then 24th, Christmas, they play Dolphins. And that's gonna be 2-8. I think it's 2-8, yeah. And then January 1st, they're at the Buccaneers. And they're not to win, 3-8. And then they're at the Panthers on YouTube. And then they're home against the Buccaneers. And then the last 2 weeks are at the Panthers. So that's all going to be in hell. So that's 4-12. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Hope you watch at the end because, yeah, goodbye.